Earth is crawling, swimming, and growing with a staggering volume of life. To even be considered part of this biological web, an organism has to meet a strict set of criteria. It must be made of cells, possess a metabolism to convert energy, and exhibit consciousness, which in biology simply means the ability to sense and respond to stimuli in its environment. Scientists have identified and documented roughly 1.7 to 1.8 million distinct living species across the globe, but relying on human language to catalog them creates a communication crisis. If you talk about a sparrow or a ladybug, you might be referring to completely different animals depending on whether you're standing in London or Tokyo. To accurately study this massive, chaotic web, researchers needed a single, standardized map that everyone on Earth could read. Think of the taxonomic hierarchy as 7 nested folders to filter life: kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus, species. Diving into kingdom Animalia filters out plants. Layers like Chordata, Mammalia, and Carnivora strip away unrelated animals until genus Panthera isolates the large, roaring cats. Finally, looking at this vintage photograph, we hit the absolute bottom level: the species. We have isolated this exact individual animal, the tiger. By running an organism through these specific filters, science guarantees that every single creature out of those 1.8 million has an exact, unique address. To turn those addresses into a usable language, an 18th century botanist named Carolus Linnaeus formalized a solution called binomial nomenclature. The system uses a strict 2-part code. The first word identifies the genus and is always capitalized. The second lowercase word, the specific epithet, identifies the exact organism. To ensure global uniformity, the name is derived from Latin and written in italics. Applying this code to our previous subject gives the tiger its true universal scientific name, Pantheris tigris. If a biologist in Brazil writes Panthera tigris, a researcher in Japan knows exactly which animal they mean. Geographic and linguistic confusion is eliminated. This massive catalog of names requires hard, physical evidence to verify it. Biologists rely on collections of preserved specimens, known as taxonomic aids. This image shows a researcher examining a preserved leaf inside an archive, known as an herbarium. Here, plant species are dried, pressed, and carefully documented. For animals, we use institutions like the one in this historical photograph of a cavernous museum hall. These vast databases preserve skeletons and anatomical structures. By looking at this modern exhibit of cloven-hoofed mammals, researchers can directly compare bone structures and verify the anatomical traits that group them together. Without these physical archives, the binomial system would just be a list of words. The preserved specimens provide the proof that anchors the entire system to reality. The naming system actually does double duty. It acts as a hidden map of evolutionary relationships. When 2 different organisms share the exact same genus name, it proves they share a recent common ancestor. Look at this vintage photograph of a lion. Because its scientific name is Panthera leo, we know it is a direct relative of the tiger. The same applies to the leopard in this image. Its classification as Panthera pardus places it firmly in the exact same biological family branch. We can apply this classification logic to the crowded city street in this photo. Everyone walking there shares the same universal address, Homo sapiens. Taxonomy organizes nature to avoid confusion, but it also draws the interconnected family tree of all life on Earth. By tracking the branches, we can understand exactly where we fit within it.